What if the very thing you're chasing is the reason you feel so empty? What if wealth and comfort aren't the keys to happiness, but effort and growth are? And what if comparing yourself to others has been the silent thief of your peace all along? This is the story of a laborer and a king, two men living vastly different lives, who discovered the same profound truth. Fulfillment is never found in someone else's journey. One of life's greatest struggles is the constant habit of comparing ourselves with others. We look at someone else's ease and wonder why our own life feels so heavy, so difficult. But here's what we forget. Their journey and our journey are not the same. If a laborer spends his entire life wishing he were a king, he will feel restless forever, even though his own work already carries its own unique joy and dignity. In today's world, it's easier than ever to fall into this trap. With every scroll on our phones, we're bombarded with images of luxury, endless free time, and perfect smiles that often hide struggles we can't possibly see. And so, we start to believe that our life is too small, too ordinary, too unworthy. Slowly, but surely, this poison of comparison drags us down, leading to sadness and a feeling of hopelessness. But let me tell you about a man who knew a different truth. In a bustling town, there lived a simple shoemaker named Armon. He worked under the scorching sun every single day, mending shoes, sweating from morning until night, just to earn enough bread for his family. By all outward accounts, he had very little. A small hut, worn-out clothes, simple, humble meals. And yet, when evening came, his small home was filled with laughter. His children would play with him, their giggles echoing through the room. His wife would smile at his stories from the day. And when he finally lay down to sleep, his heart was light, his rest deep and peaceful. Armon had discovered something priceless, perhaps without even realizing it. He found joy in his effort, pride in his honest work, and a deep contentment in walking his own path. From his grand palace balcony, the king of the city noticed him day after day. He saw this poor man working in the dust, yet smiling as if he owned the entire world. The king frowned, a sense of confusion clouding his thoughts. I am a king, he mused to himself. I have every treasure, every comfort imaginable, yet even I do not smile so freely. How can this man who has nothing appear happier than me? He convinced himself there was a simple explanation. Perhaps he is happy only because he has never known true ease. I should give him wealth, then his life will finally be good. The very next morning, the king summoned Armon to the palace. With a grand gesture, the king declared, "From this day forward, you no longer need to labor under the hot sun. Take this money, live in comfort, rest, enjoy your days, be free from all your toil." At first, Armon was absolutely thrilled. It felt like a dream come true. No more sore muscles, no more sweat-soaked clothes. For the first time in his life, he thought to himself, I will live like the rich. Now, I will finally be happy. And for a short while, it truly felt like he was living in a wonderful dream. But soon, a new kind of problem started to appear. Without his daily labor, Armon stopped improving his skills. His days, once full of a steady rhythm and a clear purpose, became long, empty, and meaningless. He began to wake up late. He sat around, idle, feeling a growing restlessness in his soul. His relatives, noticing his newfound wealth, became greedy and demanding. His children saw the familiar light fade from his eyes. Even small disagreements with his wife, which were once easily resolved, now turned into bitter, painful arguments. He had money, he had comfort, he had everything the king thought would bring happiness. Yet, his heart felt heavier than it ever had before. The simple joy that once came from honest effort and earned bread was completely gone. One evening, burdened by a misery he could no longer bear, Armon returned to the palace. Standing before the king, he bowed low and said, Your Majesty, you gave me money, but in doing so you took away my happiness. My peace was not found in comfort. It was in my labor, in my effort, in earning my bread with my own two hands and with dignity. Wealth may bring ease, but it does not bring fulfillment. True joy comes from growth, from discipline, from walking my own path. When I stopped measuring myself by my effort and instead started comparing my life to others, my happiness vanished. The king listened silently, every word striking a chord deep within him. For the very first time, he truly understood, wealth and comfort alone can never, ever bring lasting peace. The king let out a deep, thoughtful sigh. You are right, Armon, he said, his voice filled with a newfound wisdom. I see it now. Happiness lives not in comparing ourselves with others, but in improving ourselves, just a little, each and every day. It is not about what you have, but in the effort you give. From that day forward, Armon returned to his work with a renewed sense of pride. He rose with the sun, he laughed with his children, and he found a deep, satisfying joy in every single shoe he mended. Slowly, the peace in his heart returned brighter and deeper than it had ever been before. Years later, when people would ask Armon, "How do you remain so content, even with so little?" he would smile his warm, familiar smile and say, "Never measure your life against others. Happiness doesn't come from easy money or borrowed comfort. It comes from your own growth, your own persistence, and the dignity of walking your own path. The king may shine with his wealth. The laborer may shine with his effort. Yet both are valuable, both are worthy, in their own unique way. So, please, remember this. Your journey is yours and yours alone. Comparing it to someone else's will only steal your joy. Focus on your effort. Honor your path. Walk it your way. That is where real, lasting fulfillment lives. If this story touched you, please share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. And if you'd like more stories that awaken strength and peace within you, subscribe to our channel, because sometimes, a single story is enough to remind us of a powerful truth. Your worth is not in what others have, it is in who you are becoming. Thank you for listening.